now in round 10. Let's follow these two who still has a big chance to win game week 1. Alireza Firouzja with the white pieces against Sarana, who just came from a win against Magnus Carlsen.
Yeah, great result for Sarana. I should mention, Sarana was in trouble for most of the game. Magnus was doing very well, but it turned around, and Magnus couldn't handle the sudden clock pressure he found himself under, and Sarana the Piranha, we call him. He's a bit of a hunter, he's a bit of a dangerous opponent, and okay, talking of dangerous, there's a trap. Queen takes knight there would have been a huge blunder, as the white bishop would have moved out the way with the check, the queen dropping. This is going to potentially decide the tournament this game, Simon.
Yeah, massive game. I mean, there's 4 players now on 8 points at the top of the table. So if any of these 4 players win, they're just one little step, 2 games to go away from winning this new Premier League titled Tuesday. So the position here, pretty critical already, because the white bishop is lining up against black's queen. So there's many tactical ideas here that, well, both sides have to watch out for. And he just defends his knight in the middle of the board. This is the kind of position I feel Alireza enjoys playing, David. He loves these kind of double-edged Sicilian positions with, you know, the black king still a long way away from castling.
Yeah, this is Firouzja's comfort zone. It's his wheelhouse. Sarana's a very provocative player. I'm going to say I've played him both over the board and online many times, and he likes to take risks. He likes to push you into positions where you might feel a bit uncomfortable. Hard to find those types of kind of discomfort positions, especially against Alireza, especially in the open Sicilian. And look at that, the white king castles into the firing line. That is bold chess from Alireza, but he does not fear any danger. And the black king still in the center is going to be a bit of an issue himself for Sarana here.
I mean, one of the reasons I think Alireza's gained so many fans in the chess world is the way he plays chess. He reminds a lot of players of Kasparov. Kasparov was a very dynamic player, took chances, tried to attack whenever he got the opportunity, and Alireza has that style. I mean, I know we're mentioning you have to be a universal player, but you can certainly go a certain way. You can certainly have a certain style, and Alireza throwing his king over there, and look at this move. Ooh. He's offering that knight in the middle of the board, but if that knight's taken, the queen can come up, and black's king is still stuck. It has to get safe.
That is a beautiful move. That's like a dagger, that move. If the knight is taken, as Simon says, the white queen comes up, and there's a devastating pin along this diagonal towards the corner. The black knight's going to drop off, or the rook in the corner would be doomed. And not just that, but this whole weakening of the center has allowed the white knight to jump forward, potentially with a gain time. This just looks devastating, this attack suddenly.
It looks really bad for black. Black seems to be a number of tempos down. Black's played too many pawn moves, I think. The black knight at the side of the board, okay, can take off the bishop, but mainly it's just the king. This is the problem sometimes. And look, there you see a bit of emotion on Sarana's face there. He looks a little bit upset, as you would be. His king, how does he get his king safe? If the knight moves, white's knight comes in.
Yeah, it's Fabiano's cousin, Alexey Sarana here.
I like it.
Yeah, it's looking tough for him, though. And yeah, it looks like the Dragadorf, Simon, an opening you've played. It's like a hybrid of the Dragon Sicilian, the Najdorf Sicilian, but it's one that's gone wrong.
Yeah, I mean, the Dragadorf, I mean, Magnus has played it sometimes. It is a mix between these openings where you play these pawn moves, but it's very provocative, and nowadays maybe not considered to be the best opening. Is that knight going to come into the middle now?
Oof, looks juicy, right? That square is so tasty, hitting the black queen. Any check is actually going to be checkmate. The black king is cut along this diagonal, no escape squares. It hasn't moved yet.
I guess he's just trying to calculate the way here. That is the obvious move, but does he want to save that move for later? Because there is a problem. If you move the knight in, white's pieces are attacked, so he's got to find a way to deal with some of the issues to his own pieces here. Yeah. I would have moved that knight in and then worried about it, knowing me, you know. But he always got back. Okay, so he's taken a more solid approach, cautious.
Still good for Firouzja. He just didn't want to drop any pieces or risk too much. The white knight will still occupy a beautiful outpost a bit later. But first he gives up a pawn, and he's doing that in order to get his rook on the open file. Oh, this still looks terrifying for black, who still hasn't castled his king. But high risk, high reward chess. Who will it pay off for?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I just don't like the king being in the middle of the board. This is the problem, that all of white's pieces are working quite well. He's got that open file. I mean, I like the way that Caruana's cousin did grab that pawn there. It would be funny.
He's not really his cousin, just like...
This is over the story. They practice together.
Okay.
They eat together at every tournament. They look very similar. So no, they are definitely not cousins. But it's a horrible position, this, for Sarana. Can he try to bring the knight back? That's the only thing I can think about doing here.
Yeah, you need to bring pieces back into the defense. It's either the knight or you try and get your bishop out and try to get castled belatedly here as black. It's not easy. He does get ready to castle, but anytime you do get your king to safety, the white bishop will take a pawn on the edge of the board, and still a lot of danger in the future. It's not just that, but the style of the position really favors Alireza, who loves having momentum by his side.
All right, remember, you guys, this is round 11 of a total of 11 rounds in Title Tuesday. After this one, there is only one round to go, and we will name a winner of the first Title Tuesday Game Week 1 in the autumn split. It's looking good for Alireza Firouzja. He is so far on 8 points, together with Sarana, coming from a win against Magnus Carlsen. Magnus Carlsen is now playing against Jumabayev, and it actually says better on the bar for Jumabayev. Hikaru Nakamura has been in trouble. He's now playing against David Navarra, someone we definitely love to follow. Hikaru is massively better on the bar, just like Alireza Firouzja now, massively better on the bar.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Sarana was ready to get his king to safety, but he took a timeout, and now he's allowed the white knight to jump in, followed by potentially the white rook coming into the position, maybe even the white knight coming up to the top of the board to cause some discomfort. Looks very, very good. I still don't see the follow-up for Firouzja. He needs that. He's still down on time, still down a pawn. But Simon, it looks very promising, I was going to say, but the bar disagrees with this move.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be that Sarana's fought so well here. I mean, the position looked absolutely disgusting, and he's back in the game now. I still think white's pieces dominate, but it is a pawn. He saved that pawn, and he's got chances, and he's got the extra 30 seconds. So the next minute, very critical, but this is the best position Sarana has had for a very long time here.
Yeah, Firouzja has been a bit slow on the clock, I'm going to say. 30 seconds down doesn't bode well for him. We saw him doing some flagging earlier in the day, but you need so much to go your way. In a position where you're a pawn down, you have no clear plan, no clear breakthrough. And look at that, already slightly better for black. It might be creeping in that direction, as Simon said. Momentum has turned here fully.
And Alireza, ticking under 1 minute. You said it, Simon. That's when you start to get really stressed. There is no increment in the new Title Tuesday format. This is all the time Alireza has left.
Yeah, you need to change gears when you go under 1 minute, because that's like what we call bullet chess. It's that stage of the game where how many moves can you actually make in a minute? You can't make that many, and your quality of play must go down quite drastically. So black, I think, is going to be favourite here, just because of that time advantage and the way he's turned this game around. But we know how good Alireza is. He's trying to bash through in the centre. Who would you pick, David, here?
I'd pick the one with extra time on the clock.
Yeah.
And you know me, Simon, I'm a bit of a pawn grabber, so I think the fact that black's a pawn up can maybe bail out into some endgames very safely. I would also be very scared of just planting a pawn on this square, and there's going to be all sorts of checkmating patterns around the white king long term. I think Sarana here is a big, big favourite.
Why is he thinking so much, David?
Yeah, you need to trust your instincts.
Just move. You've got to move. Don't at this point. I mean, I preach it, but I can't do it. But still, you've just got to move now. Maybe swing the rook in here, something like that. Trying to activate your pieces. Trying to get the queen down. The white king now actually looking quite weak. There's many chances to check it, but it's going to come to the clock surely here. And Alireza hasn't picked up the pace. He's still moving too slowly.
It's been clear today, so many players still adjusting to this new time format. They're not used to it, despite the Esports World Cup, where it's 10 minutes to the death as just no increment. It still feels like in Title Tuesday here, this switch up has caused some players to suffer. I think that might have been what kind of knocked back Magnus and Hikaru, but okay, Alireza still down to 26 seconds. He's got some chances on the long diagonal if he can set up a queen and bishop battery, drop his queen back at some point, land a checkmate in the corner, but not easy to do that without some damages along the way.
22 seconds for Alireza Firouzja, and Sarana is ticking down to the same time on his clock. Oof. We're heading into time trouble, you guys.
Serious time trouble. I mean, it's just going to be on the clock again, unless something incredibly drastic happens here. They've gone under 20 seconds, 10 seconds it looks like, or around there. Keep an eye on the clock. It's jumping up and down, but I can tell you, Alireza 13 to Sarana's about 15, I think. Keep an eye on the clock. What's going to happen? You just got to move. Don't think, move.
Oh, they're kind of repeating the position here. They're just going back and forward. Neither side wants to kind of take a risk and go for it, but finally Firouzja dodges any repetition there, dodges a draw, shows his ambition. He's still got a few seconds left. Oh, it's level material now, but the black knight isn't as good as the white bishop, and the white pawn sprinting forward cost the black knight its life. It looks like Firouzja's almost getting it done on the board. Should still be a draw, best play, and he drops his bishop. He's losing now suddenly on the board. No time. It's all about who's quickest here, who's going to flag first. Let's watch out for the camera reaction from one of the two sides. The black king coming in, the black pawn's coming in. Sarana wins on time.
Oh, he gets flagged. Alireza Firouzja loses on time to Sarana. Wow, that's dramatic, and that must be so heartbreaking for Alireza Firouzja. But what a win for Sarana. Are you impressed with him here, David?
Yeah, I'm always impressed.